Buenos, ¿cómo estás?
No es bueno. Estoy enferma.
¿Qué?
Estoy enferma.
¿Quieres decir estoy bien?
No me importa.
Ser and estar is literally the most important verb that you'll learn in the Spanish language. Even in English, whenever you're using we, she, he, they, you're using it. You're using the verb to be, okay? So I need y'all to understand that to get really up into the Spanish language, baby, you're gonna have to start here, okay? We're gonna get into it, all right? Hola, buenos, me llamo daljiimarax. If you are new here, we do solo travel, but we also learn languages. And right now, we're doing Spanish. Yes, we, as in I am not fluent in the language myself. We are learning this language together, okay? This is a Spanglish-friendly channel, all right? So, with that being said, I'm going to teach you guys the ways that I am learning to perfect ser and estar on inglés to be. Let's get to it. Okay, first you need to understand that ser and estar mean the same thing, but they are used for two different situations. So I'm going to teach you what they mean, different conjugations, and give you some examples, like real life examples on how to use these every single day. All right, let's get into it. Okay, let's start with the verb ser. So ser is used for permanent or lasting attributes, boo. Now you're probably wondering, like, what the hell does that mean? When do I use that? Da, 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 da. I got you. One of my absolute favorite ways to memorize the verb ser is through this acronym, doctor. Doctor stands for descriptions, occupations, characteristics, time, origin, and relationship. These are examples of when you would use the verb ser. So right now we're going to focus on the indicative present. So that means right now and in the future on how to use ser. So the different ways that we are going to conjugate the verb ser, the yo conjugation of ser is soy. The tú conjugation of ser is eres. The él, ella, y ustedes conjugation of ser is es. And the nosotros conjugation of ser is somos. And the ellos, ellas, y ustedes conjugation of ser is son. Okay? So in English, that means I am, you are, you, he, she is, we are, they are. So that's the best way to do it. So make sure you understand the conjugations when using these, as well as when to use them in whatever situation. So now we need to go over how to use this goddamn verb, okay? I'm gonna set the scene. I'm going to a cookout, my cousin's cookout with my friend Wakel, okay? That's going to be the situation, because it makes no sense to try to learn a new language and use sentences that you are not going to use in real life, okay? Don't you hate when you in school learning language and they teach you sentences, I walked to the bakery to pick up some sourdough bread. You don't even use that in English. So what makes you think you're going to use that in another language? Come on now, let's get to it. All right, here's the situation. You pull up to your cousin's cookout with your friend Raquel, okay? Y'all pull up, y'all drive up to the house, and you look to your neighbor's house and it's a whole bunch of fine men over there. And say that they're tall. You know what you can say? You can look over and then be like, oh, eres son altas, in English, which means they are tall. Okay, so in that situation, so the conjugation of ser you're using is eres son. They are tall. Okay, you see some fine men over there. Okay, if you like me, you like them tall, baby. That's what you got to say, okay? So y'all walk up into the cookout, you know, y'all kicking it, y'all seeing everybody grabbing y'all plate of food, and one of your relatives walks up to you, okay? My relative walk up to me. So my cousin asked me, you know, so trabajas en marketing? And I say, sí. Y mi amiga Raquel es estudiante. So the conjugation of ser we use is es. Raquel es estudiante. So estudiante is another type of occupation because you don't change, you're not a student for one day and then not the next day. You're a student either permanently or for a long period of time. Like I said, ser is used for permanent or lasting attributes, okay? Next. All right, so now me and Raquel chilling, we kicking it, and then my niece runs up to me and she says, hola tía, and then I would say, oh, eres tan guapo, which in English means you are so beautiful. The ser conjugation I use is eres. So I'm talking about my niece. She is beautiful. So she is beautiful. Her characteristic is beautiful. She's not, you know, beautiful right now, then beautiful later, okay? So while me and Raquel is kicking it at the party, our friend texts us is like, you know, because we're supposed to be going to a party later after the cookout. The cookout was just the first stop. So she texts me like, todas vienen. And I'm like, girl, la comida a él libra de mis primas es hoy. Te veo luego. So we're at my cousin's cookout right now. We'll see y'all later. So the conjugation of ser I use is hoy, which means we are there right now. We're at my cousin's birthday right now. We're here. So that is the timing. So we are going to be here for a while. You know, that's what we're here right now. Moving on. Next, me and Raquel are both learning Spanish. Okay, so we at the cookout talking to each other in Spanish in our little Spanglish, you know, whatever conversation. And then my cousin's neighbor walks over to you. He hears us talking Spanish because he's Mexican. And then he walks up to us and he says, ¿De dónde eres? And I say, nosotros somos de los Estados Unidos, which means we are from United States, because he think we from somewhere else because we over here speaking Spanish. It's like, nah, boo, we trying to learn your language, okay? Y'all came over here to our country, we trying to communicate with y'all, so we trying to learn what y'all talking about, okay? And then lastly, relationships, the last acronym of doctor. So after the conversation talking to the Mexican guy, he actually reveals something. He says, eres mi primo, which means actually we cousins. So I'm like, what? My cousin, they tell me that we was cousins. Like, what you mean? Like, what? I just found out I got a new relative. That's why you was all up in our business, all trying to talk to us. Okay, now that you are mastering ser, let's move on to estar. Let's get into it. Okay, so estar, or in English, to be, is used for temporary attributes, okay? So let me tell you how to conjugate estar. So for yo, you are going to use estoy to conjugate to. You're going to use estar. Él, ella, usted is going to use estás. Nosotros, you're going to use estamos. Ellos, ellas, ustedes, you're going to use están. The best way to understand how to use estar is going to be the acronym place. Position, location, action, condition, emotion. Okay, again, these are all temporary situations. So you want to know how to use this in real life? Baby, we're going to use the same exact example. Me and my girl Raquel pulling up to my cousin's little cookout right before we about to go out. Let's get into how we're going to use this in real life. Okay, so me and Raquel pull up to the cookout. Okay, we walk to the backyard with everybody out. I look over to my right and I tell Raquel, mi abuela está sentada porque está caliente, which the verb of estar I'm using is estar. She is right now sitting. She doesn't sit forever. She doesn't sit for a long period of time. She's sitting right now because it's hot as hell outside, okay? So I get a text from my girl. She's saying, todas vienen. And I text my girl, estamos en la comida al él libre de prima. Te llama esta noche. So the version of estar I used is esta noche. Means I will call her tonight. So I'm not going to call her tonight. Only means like right now, like just tonight. It can't mean, when you say tonight, that doesn't mean every tonight. You know what I mean? So tonight is right now. Location, tonight, temporary. It's only one tonight, okay? So we kicking it. I look to my left and I tell Raquel, girl, mi tía está baracha, which the version of estar I used is es. My aunt is drunk right now. She's not forever drunk. She's drunk right now because she's getting lit at this cookout, okay? So that is what I'm using for her action. She is drunk right now, okay? She ain't drunk all the time. She's just drunk right now because, the party lit, okay? But she had to get it in, all right? So then, the party getting lit. It's getting a little later. So I had to text my friend, like, girl, let me be honest with you. Raquel y yo estamos cansadas. Nos saldremos esta noche. Which means, girl, we done got too late. I ain't coming tonight. And the estar conjugation I use there is estar. We are not coming tonight. Again, we ain't gonna be there tonight, boo. I'm sorry. We're gonna have to hit you up next weekend or something like that. We can't come out tonight, girl. I'm so sorry. It's been a couple hours that we there. My cousin pulled me to the side and she said, ¿Cómo está tu amiga? Talking about Raquel. And then I say, ella es feliz porque conoció a mi loco familia. The estar conjugation I'm used here is es. She's good and she is good, meaning she's happy right now. You're not happy all of the time. Your emotions change frequently. So she's happy right now. She had a good ass time with this cookout. She had a good time seeing my crazy ass family, my drunk aunt, my abuela sitting down kicking it. Like, it's been a good time for Raquel and me. But we got to go, boo. Adios, buenos noches, hasta luego. When you learn Spanish, they probably teach you to say, soy nombre es da da da. So I would say soy nombre es Daji, or just soy Daji. So if you can perfect this verb, like in the indicative present, it's going to be so much easier for you to have those like surface levels conversations when you're speaking to native speakers, because you're probably going to be talking about yourself right now all the time when you're first talking about somebody. Like if a native speaker hears you talk, hears you speak in Spanish and they ask you, oh, tu hablas español, you can say, nah, más o menos, estoy aprendiendo español, things of that nature. So it is so vital that you learn how to perfect these two verbs, specifically in the indicative present. Okay? Keep practicing. We got this, boo. Okay?